She then decided to join her PhD in NIT Durgapur, where she is currently working in the Physics and Chemical Engineering department. She is also a part of the BRICS collaborative project, where she is working as an active researcher, working with 𝗏𝗂 Polytechnic University, Russia, and East China University of Technology.
Session, I will be talking about the most indispensable and most important substance of our life, that is water. I will focus on the water related problems, water crisis, and several things related to the water. In a circle, you see that the low and middle income countries, how they are using the water, and we generally use the 82% of water in the agriculture purpose. It's the India's water resources layout, where you see 54% of India faces high to extremely high water stress. And in the map, you see the Rajasthan, Gujarat, Haryana, Punjab, and some of the state in South India will be highly affected, and it's the high more than 80%. And another thing I just want to share with you, that recently we also suffered from the water crunch in my city, that is Durgapur, where the barrage lock gate was broken down. India's population boom and how the monsoon rainfall levels falling down, how the temperature rising happens in India, it's all togetherly affects the water crisis and water resources, right? Categories, that A, B, C, D, E. A is of course the high level and drink water, that high scale water means the drinking water, most purified water, and the outdoor bathing, the B, and drinking water sources after the conventional treatments and desalination. For C, just like that way. Solution means we need to think in terms of our science, in terms of our technology. According to that, we need to make some policy, because without policy management, it's not possible for doing anything good as a researcher. And these are my sampling location. According to the theoretical study, that which portion have probability to have some pollution which is important. According to that, we have selected some of the sampling location and measurement, like hardness, inorganic ions, like phosphate, sulfate, nitrate, were measured using the iron chromatography and titration method in our laboratory. This is a result for the Tamla tributaries, mainly the industrial streams, where the TSS seems to be very high. Actually, the most dangerous thing of the antibiotic contamination is that the antibiotic resistant gene will grow in your body. If it happens for the long term exposure with the antibiotic drug in your body, then no further antibiotics won't work in your body when you get ill, right? So what about the radon tutor profile in our study area? And we also measured in the air, but we hadn't any idea that it could be found in the water bodies. So the RAD7 instrument, by the semiconductor detector, we have measured the radon profile, and the alpha guard ionization chamber, the same thing, but the detector is different. We have measured the radon profile of our study area. And another thing I want to show you, the pore size distribution. The pore size is diameter should be less for the good catalytic, for what good catalyst actually. And the isotherm plot gives you the identification that mesoporous characteristic of my samples, and it's a FTI analysis where you have you see that some of the identified functional group of my sample. Radiation and UV radiation helps for the exciting the TI2 materials for the electron transition. So if you think in a broader sense, if you have a very large scale of water, larger dam or larger basin, then what will be the ultimate solution? The AI driven decision making systems, and that will be helpful the agriculture sectors, industrial, domestic use. The stakeholders in our case will be the Asansol Durgapur Development Authority, Durgapur Municipal Corporation, and Durgapur Steel Plant Irrigation Department.
Your second part of the talk, this titanium oxide part, probably I have missed, but how that is probably, or how this part is actually, or I would like to understand slightly more that how that part is trying you or this or this reactions or whatever. This part, how it is giving you the accessibility to get the amount or the percentage of pollutants present in
No,
your data center.
no. It's not involved to data center. Data center is only for the monitoring systems. Firstly, you have to monitor continuously according to the
Okay,
treatment plan will be there. And
okay.
the
Let me rephrase. So then your second part, okay, the second part you have research
and you are,
how it is connected.
no,
Yeah,
it's
how it
not
is
connection.
connected to.
It's no, it's not connected to the monitoring system. It connected to your the treatment plant. Treatment plant at the end of the treatment plant, we need to develop in a catalytic degradation procedures. The
Yes.
catalytic where we used the developed material there and for the
Hmm.
catalytic degradation reaction, right? It's related. So it's my first webinar, and I must thank to 𝗠𝗏 and 𝗤𝙪𝙧𝙀 who had done the very good job to promote such the science to the people. It's a very good initiative, and it's a very rare thing that people are doing so good for the science. And to me, the science is my passion, love, and accordingly I can tell you that I discovered myself after my research career, the 5 years, more than 5 years, that I is a complete person and a different person. And who want to do the PhD, please go for it. It's not that much harder. Sometimes you may have some stressful life, the sleepless night. After that, it's worth it. So it's my observation of my research and my session. And I, of course, want to thank to everyone who have joined, who gave time to listen my talk, who gave me some feedback to my research. It's all about, it feels so wonderful, and I'm so much thankful. Thankful, 𝗠𝗏 and 𝗤𝙪𝙧𝙀. Thank you so much.
So that is what we try to do here at Researcher on Web. We try to bring real researchers talking about their real research in front of you so that you can know about it firsthand from people who see it and study it by themselves. And in this entire process, give some recognition to the amazing researchers who do this work.